How many people like their jobs? How many people like waking up at 4 a.m. in the morning and going to work for 8 hours a day doing things that they do not like with people that they do not like? How many people actually like that? How many people like being away from people that they love to be with people that they do not love, doing things that they do not love? There ain't that many people that like their jobs. There are very few people in this world that actually like their jobs. Most people just work because they have to. But what we must realize is that humans weren't even supposed to work that hard. Most of the things that we need weren't supposed to work for them. We're working for these things because we are selfish. I'm gonna show you why I say we're working for these things because we're selfish. When I was in high school, they would give us fruits almost every day. They will bring fruits in a bucket. They will count all the students in my class. We're like, okay, there's 90 students. We're like, okay, we're gonna give them 90 apples. What we'll do is fight for those apples. So some students will end up having 5 apples. Some will end up not getting any. Why? Because we fought for those apples. Because we put unnecessary effort into getting the apples. Some of the students had to win, some of the students had to lose. And that is what's happening in our society today. We are working so hard because we are competing. There's enough resources for everyone in this planet. But we are competing because of this hustle culture. You know what's gonna happen? People will end up working 15 hours a day because they are competing, doing things that they do not love to do. That's the fucked up part. It's not like people actually like the things that they're doing where they work. No, they don't. But they're competing. They're like, yo, man, I want to have a lot of things. I want to do better than my neighbor. I want to have more money than my neighbor. When you really think about it, do we need that much money? Have we not reached a point where we're supposed to just be doing things that we actually like doing? Because we do have enough things that we actually need. We do have food. People are not starving, bro. I live in South Africa in a village and I've never starved in my life. My parents are not rich. In fact, they're broke, but I've never starved. I've never seen anyone starving because people got food. So we're not working because we actually need to work in order to survive. It's not about that. It's because we want to compete. We want to do better than other people. If we were smart, we would actually ask ourselves, what do humans like to do? Because we've reached a point where we don't have to work. We don't have to work. So we need to be asking ourselves, what do humans like doing? And that's what we'll be doing instead of competing. Because if there are people who are working for 20 hours every day, they're going to have a lot of resources. And that there's not gonna be a balance in the world. You see, if they have a lot of resources, they're gonna have a lot of power. And when people have a lot of power, they try to control our people. That's a messed up thing. So even when we have a lot of things that we want, we still find ourselves competing, because if there are people that are doing better than us, they will have a lot of power over us. I mean, if my neighbor has a lot of money, it's easy for them to pay people to come and kill me because they have a lot of money. It will be easy for my neighbor to fuck my wife because he has a lot of power, he has a lot of money. So I have to be competing with my neighbor. That's why we've ended up competing the way that we are competing. But do we really need to be competing? I find it funny that there are old people that are telling young people to not sleep. Like, yo, when you are sleeping, there's a person that is working. Like, what the fuck? People are being motivated to be slaves, because that's slavery. You're supposed to be doing what you actually love doing. You're supposed to be partying. There's nothing wrong with partying, you know? Because people will be like, yo, when you're partying, some people are working. Like, yeah. Why shouldn't I be partying if that's what I enjoy doing? Do we really need to be competing right now? For what? Can someone tell me why we need to be competing? Because the reason why we don't even help one another is because we're competing. We don't want other people to be doing better than us. And if we're like that, if we always want to compete, why don't we create games where we can compete? You know, I like what celebrities are doing now, what Jake Paul has started. I'm not sure if he's the one that started with this boxing thing. You know, Jake Paul in KSI. Is it KSI? Fuck, I don't really remember his name. But yeah, he's a YouTuber, this guy. And also Jake Paul was a YouTuber. He's still a YouTuber, but I mean, now he's doing a lot of things. So they had a beef and decided to have a grudge match, which is dope. You know, they decided to compete in a boxing ring. Isn't that what we need to be doing in our society now? Doing things that we actually love doing. Because if we compete by doing things that we don't love doing, we're slaves. You see? We're slaves. The things that we own, we don't really need these things. We don't really need things that we own. We just have them because we're competing with one another. We just have all these things because we're not creative enough to create games that we're all gonna enjoy. That is why bringing a child into this world is the dumbest thing that a person can do. Things are fucked up here. And there's never gonna be a point where we realize this as a collective, that no, actually this is fucked up. We need to really, really stop and think. No, we act like we're doing great as a society. No, we're not. We're not doing good. That is why a lot of people are not happy. And we wanna, say that, no, actually we're doing good because, there ain't that many people that are starving in the world. Like, no, it's not about that. This is not just about survival. It's also about happiness. In fact, it's more about happiness than survival. I mean, what would be the purpose of life if people are alive and unhappy? What would be the point of it? The point of this should be happiness. It is that simple. If people are not happy, something is wrong. And we know that people are not happy. When you watch videos on TikTok, you realize that a lot of people are not happy, bro. A lot of people are fucking depressed. I know TikTok will suggest videos that you like watching. But sometimes I watch videos on my laptop and there's no account on my laptop, so there are no algorithms. I'm just watching whatever, and a lot of people just seem depressed. A lot of people have problems that they cannot solve, and there will be a lot of people that are attempting to solve other people's problems. You know, no one seems to be happy. And like I said to you in some of my previous videos, that there are a lot of people that we think are happy until we get close to them and we're like, what the fuck? This person is going through what everyone is going through. No one is actually happy. No one is actually okay. We have created hell for ourselves because we are dumb as fuck, because we don't want to think. We're controlled by our emotions. We're controlled by our animal instincts. Oh, I gotta be more powerful than other people. Oh, I gotta have more resources than other people. Yeah, we're gonna end up competing. We're gonna end up not sleeping because we're competing. But are we gonna be happy? Are we gonna be happy working for 15 hours each and every day because we're competing? Because that's what it's leading to. We have to really think. We have to really think. Otherwise, things are only going to become worse. And a lot of people are going to realize that. If there's something that you must realize, is that a lot of young people are realizing what is going on. They're not as dumb as we used to be. They're looking at the world like, what the fuck? When we were young, we used to be happy. Now kids are fucking depressed because they didn't see what's happening in this fucking world. They can see what is happening in this fucking world. That is why it's very important to be woke and to be making decisions that are gonna make this place better. We're not gonna make this place better by just being controlled by our fucking emotions all the time, by being controlled by our animal instincts. This ain't the time for that shit, bro. This is the time for the truth. Thank you all, guys.